I said, ooh, come on, baby, turn the lights off.
Jakub Dobeš is confirmed for the game tonight. It's good news considering last time he played the Edmonton Oilers and put up a really solid game. Chicago is in Montreal. They are Bedardless. Can the Montreal Canadiens beat the Chicago Blackhawks at home? Let's talk about it. A little bit of a disclaimer, I was only able to watch the game this morning. Last night, sorry that I wasn't able to put out the video, but I went to the Moncton Wildcats versus the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. I may or may not have thought that it was the Cape Breton Screeching Eagles. Anyway, it was a heartbreaking loss for the Wildcats. I went with my son, and he was pretty let down by what happened. They tied up the game late, and then with 56 seconds left, allowed the Screaming Eagles to score. I was really looking forward to overtime. But enough of that, we want to talk about the game last night. Montreal could really use the win because things are still extremely tight in the Atlantic. In fact, a win last night could mean propelling themselves from out of playoff contention to literally second place in the division. It doesn't make sense. It's going to be like this all season long. Something else I'll be talking about all season long is that we've hit 20,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your continued support. We had a live stream. It was fantastic. I announced that we have a Discord server now. Please join. This is an advertisement. We'd love to have you over there. There's conversations always ongoing. I don't think I'll always be able to track it, honestly. But it's pretty cool looking down at my phone and seeing, you guys are chatting about the game tonight or just about the state of the Canadiens, hockey news and whatnot. That's exciting. So let's talk about la formation de départ, our starting lineup. Nos attaquants, our forwards. We got Caulfield, Suzuki, Bolduc, Slavkovsky, Kapanen, Demidov, Texier, Evans, Anderson, Veleno, Beck, Gallagher. Nos défenseurs, our defensemen, Struble, Dobson, Hutson, Carrier, Xhekaj, Engstrom, no gardien, Dobeš, and backing up is Fowler. Yeah, still no Mike Matheson, and there's been no updates as of 11:10 a.m. Atlantic, December 19th, the year of our Lord, 2025. So I'm hoping that there's an update soon. And has he been skating? I don't think he's been skating. It would be nice to hear about Mike. But they mixed up the lines a little bit, and spoilers, I kind of liked it. So they dropped the puck. Last time these two teams played, it was kind of a chippy engagement. There was some passion behind it. Connor Bedard got heated at a couple of points in the game and was mixing it up with Anderson, I think. But now without Bedard in the lineup, you're kind of wondering what kind of effort the Chicago Blackhawks are going to bring tonight.
Right, his old buddy. Here's Vlasic at the line. Loads up, tipped, score! The weak deflection and enough to...
Well, starts off pretty good for them, 1-0. Vlasic, the pickle boy. Now, Mikheyev takes Dobeš's foot out from behind, and I knew right away from the appearance of the first alternate angle that they show, this goal was going to be an easy overturn. And it was. I want to point out great song selection here by the Montreal sound crew. They used The Police, Don't Stand So Close to Me, for goalie interference reviews. A great song. Is that what's the standard throughout the league? A great choice either way. Montreal are getting their chances. And what do you think Demidov's plays are going to look like when he has like 20 pounds more muscle on him? It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. But it's also only a matter of time before Chicago strikes again. This time it's going to count. Nazar 1-0 after a lot of pressure by the Montreal Canadiens. The Hawks go the other way and they score. Pretty frustrating here, but this is a great goal by the Hawks. Slav should have been a little bit closer to Nazar, but he had milliseconds to make that decision and he couldn't find him quick enough. So again, great goal here by the Hawks, 1-0. You're hoping that the Canadiens can strike and respond within the first period. They certainly are putting on pressure, but this has kind of been a low event game so far. But getting closer to the end of the period.
Shakes off Teravainen, in front, one-time score! He's got one at home! Zach Bolduc, 1-1 game!
And it's Zach Bolduc. He can finally score at home. He figures it out. Hopefully this means the floodgates are open. And I mean, you couldn't get too much more textbook than this play. Great job by Caulfield finding Bolduc in front. Bolduc is standing in the slot in the kill zone, and he puts it home. 1-1. I also want to mention he earned this goal. He's been great on the forecheck. He can't put himself in the right spot at the opportune times to receive the puck. This time he definitely did. First period ends. Montreal held Chicago to 2 shots. Good defensive effort. However, there were definitely mistakes in this period. I'd like to see Struble bringing a more physical presence. Second period starts, and maybe not coincidental, Struble turning over the puck twice in the D zone with 2 weak efforts. And this leads to a scoring opportunity. What's going on, Jaden? Now we see Gallagher with some big plays here, forechecking, collecting, and setting up Engstrom, who can't find the back of the net on this beautiful backdoor setup. Beck gets an opportunity in front too, and he can't capitalize either. Really like this effort from Gallagher. It feels good for Gallagher to have a moment like this, because his play, he's certainly not getting rewarded. So I want to see him showing a high level of competitiveness. Now Noah Dobson draws a penalty. Montreal is going to go on the power play. Let's see what they got. Well, Demidov isn't shooting, but I don't mind this seam pass to Caulfield. And then there's some more follow-up from Suzuki, but Knight keeps finding the answers. Still on the power play, Brendan Gallagher's going to make it 2-1.
Dobson across, Texie, one-timer, score! Gallagher!
Just what the doctor ordered, exactly what I was talking about. This is when the power play works best for them. It's usually when the penalty kill is not being as disciplined as they could be. Gallagher is all alone in front, and they only need to find a way to get it to him, and they do. But now they're reviewing the goal for offside. How the Habs have been in the zone here for like over 17 seconds. Why, for the love of the game, does it matter at this point? The referees missed it. The referees miss a bunch of stuff. We don't review all the things that the officials miss. It seems against the spirit of the game. Get the call right the first time. If you miss it, then it is what it is. They've been in the zone for over 17 seconds. The way that they entered, that's wiped clean. The Hawks had plenty of opportunities to try to get it out. They weren't able to do it. And the goal is called off. Another Brendan Gallagher goal called off. The referees are absolutely in the dressing room between periods here, giving each other neck massages. I could go on. You guys know how I feel about challenges at this point. I could probably do a whole video about these challenges. So the Hawks kill off the remainder of that power play, but Montreal is going back to the power play. Caulfield definitely not finding the back of the net. This isn't good. This has happened to him before. He's being afforded every opportunity, but his shots are not finding the right spot. Second period ends, still on the power play. Lots of action in front on the power play. Caulfield had tons of chances, and then there was a big missed penalty call on this power play when Teravainen sweeps Demidov, but we're on to the third period. Few seconds left on the power play. Third period starts. Instead of watching the face-off and some of the first shift, we get treated to a look at Kirby Doc's brother Colton Doc for an extended period of time for some reason. And then when they switch back, Bolduc scores, making it 2-1.
Very high wrister fought off. Big rebound as Nazar's out of the box, 5-on-5. That drive tip, score!
No longer on the power play, it just expired. But Bolduc is now on Hattie watch at home. Hutson with another assist here. He's having an incredible sophomore slump. Holy smokes, Hutson is on fire, come to think of it. But I'm even more happier for Bolduc. Just curious where this leaves Hutson for points. He is 4th among all defensemen. That means it's Cale Makar, Zach Werenski, Evan Bouchard, and Lane Hutson. It's pretty apparent that Lane Hutson is he's a superstar. So we're still coming down from that awesome goal by Bolduc when Anderson makes it 3-1.
Spins around at the line, wrister off a stick, wobbling score! Josh Anderson!
Catching the Hawks scrambling here, a beautiful goal on an opportunistic situation here for Anderson. And again, Tessier stays hot for real this time. And oh, for sakes.
Held around, but they are going to go right to the review. Called back, I would think. Now,
the call was deemed to be offside, therefore we got moved.
Anyway, moving on.
when they get playing in the offensive zone.
Demidov rebounds, offset, backhand try, Beck, score!
Owen Beck is going to get his first goal. How are they going to call this one off? 3-1. They've reestablished that 3-1 lead. Kind of a rush play here, but Knight and Dobson kind of bobble the puck. Dobson puts it in front and Beck shoves it in. Or does he? Does Beck get to touch the puck here? No, it looks like Beck pushes Knight's glove, which then pushes the puck in. Technically, this is Dobson's goal because Beck never touches the puck. And no, they didn't challenge it. This is going to stand as a goal, but it's not going to be Beck's goal. And this confuses everyone, including the locker room. I'll show you in a minute. Now, as tradition, Arbor Xhekaj takes a weak penalty late into the game. The referees have to do that. It's part of like their routine. If there was a way to bet on this, you could bet on it. It needs to be on your bingo card. But Xhekaj leaves the box, and he's doing so as the play is developing. He hops in on the play all alone, gets in front but can't score, and then gets tripped. There's no penalty for some reason. Don't know if you can get more obvious than this. It looks like a stick plus kind of like a slew foot on Xhekaj here. The clock is dying down. Blashill tries pulling Knight. Suzuki pads his stats. +3 on the night. Why not pad your stats? It's 4-1 for the Montreal Canadiens. We get a shot of the Band-Aid boys and Davidson up in the players box, loving it. And that's going to be the end of the game. I think this is a pretty objectively a good win at home for the Montreal Canadiens, although I'm seeing two differing opinions on that. One group of people seem to think the 4-1 score is running up the score a little bit on a weak Chicago Blackhawks team. I debate that. I think that is a worked for score. There's some individuals saying that they played weak against the Chicago Blackhawks, and this wasn't a test at all. I disagree. They held the Chicago Blackhawks not just under 20 shots this game, right at 15. They had 15 shots on the night. So you can say maybe Dobesh didn't have the craziest game in the world, but holding another professional NHL team to only 15 shots, putting up 35 of your own shots, which is a problem that Montreal has. This was an objectively good game for the Montreal Canadiens. Stop saying that it wasn't. Second period was their best period. They poured it on with 16 shots, only keeping the Chicago Blackhawks to 6 shots in the second period. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game. Not their toughest opponent by any stretch, and not having Connor Bedard obviously is a huge problem for the Chicago Blackhawks. I personally hope he comes back soon because he's not just good for the Blackhawks, he's good for the game, and he's a good Canadian player. Young guy, very talented, and I think, if there's a short list of Canadian players to make the Olympics team, Connor Bedard's got to be on there. Now, I wanted to stop and talk about what happened after the game, the confusion with Owen Beck. Check this out.
Starting to feel for Owen Beck.
Did they not give it to him?
No. Well,
really?
They said that Knight.
I swear I watched them poke it.
Good job, boys. Galley, Bolt. But I gotta go with the back first. Hey! He didn't get the goal.
If they don't give it to him, I'm sure he's gonna get one.
Thought that was funny. What I don't think is funny is poor Owen Beck. He's had 2 goals misattributed to him, and has he had some recalled? I think he's had 1 recalled. There might be more. So he's really struggling to get that first goal, and it's not for lack of trying. He's obviously putting himself in the right spots. I'd like to see more from him, but he's also been given difficult tasks. It's not as if he's playing with star caliber players, right? I don't know if you can hear that, but my daughter just woke up from her nap and she's playing with her crib. There's a bar that you can turn and it makes a squeaking noise. I think that is my cue to end the video right here. But a couple of ending notes. Thank you so much again for 20,000 subscribers. Thank you for your help in Discord. There's been some troubleshooting. So thank you to Vog, Captain Neshin, Poseidon. I really appreciate your help. And one last thing, if you have any artwork that you want to demonstrate on the channel, if you want to share, someone has shared a drawing of Jacob Fowler, and I wanted to show that here. Thank you very much to Ethan for submitting your artwork. Yeah, it would be cool if we could create a segment where we show artwork, but that's That's maybe getting a little bit too cute about our community. I don't know if everybody's an artist out there, but yeah, really, I love seeing stuff like that. I'd like to get a P.O. box at some point to feature like viewer mail. That's something else that's a little bit too cute as well. Somebody also suggested doing bloopers. The bloopers would sound like me mispronouncing things in French and English and stuttering a lot. So I don't think that idea is going to work. It might be funny. It could be, you might get a kick out of it. That's going to do it for me, guys. You guys know what to do. Hit that like button. It helps me out with search results, I think. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.